How about them tops, son?
All day, SEC boys. SEC, they supposed to be SEC. Crazy all day, baby.
You're listening to the Red Out Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome into a Red Out short clip here. This is from our latest episode. Hope you enjoy. But anyway, obviously the depression continues, playing Marshall.
Salt!
Oh, dude. You know, and that was one game. I mean, even looking at the recap, Western had the game the entire time. Even at one point.
Bleed.
Yes. I mean, it was kind of like National Geographic that just... The Komodo dragon just bit us and chased us down and finally got us in the last few seconds.
It just died a slow, painful. I don't even know where to start with that game.
I know.
You get as big of a lead as like 15 at one point, and then just let them go. Just decide, hey, you know what? Defense, close out on shooters, what's that?
I would be fine with a full offensive assault. Just go to town. Just drop the threes. As long as you're hitting them, I don't care. Just blow them out.
Getting out defense by Marshall, that's embarrassing.
It's so bad because they like we said going into it, Marshall beats you not by playing good defense against you, but just by volume shooting and just going, like just letting their guards go to work. That's how they win. And what do? We let their guards go to work. And by the way, they were historically, okay, we know Marshall can go off for the three, all this stuff, but on the season they had not been very good. They shot like the low 30s.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're playing Western? Deuces. Like just deep, great.
You know, when I was...
And the thing that I think killed him the most is that Kinsey guy that had like a career high, like the freshman that they had. I mean, he completely dominated us.
I blame him.
I don't know if Stansberry didn't have any type of scouting report on him because, I mean, I think he's only played in like 3 or 4 games prior to the Western game, but he torched us pretty bad.
And speaking of Jared Savage,
Jared Savage.
How cold can you get, man? Like, poor dude.
I know.
Like, at one point he was 0 for 7. I was just like,
I feel bad for Jared because, I mean, I know that's your guy. I mean, I think you could get anybody off of the street to shoot 1 of 11 in a ball game, but, I mean, that's just me.
You know, if he was walking down the road right now, I'd bring him in and provide him a warm meal and a blanket.
Just a hug.
Just to warm him up, you know, just to keep him going.
That's not creepy at all.
No, it's completely creepy. It was a lot funnier in my mind, but, yeah.
No, it's funny. It's awesome.
I feel like that old man on Family Guy. What's his name? The pervert?
I don't know. I just know he's
Herbert the
Perfect.
a little popsicle for you.
Hey, Jared Savage, I got a little popsicle for you.
Just reach on here in my pocket for you, a little popsicle.
You want to come down to my basement?
Yep,
my gosh, that's that's a lot creepier than I thought. Okay, I hate it for Jared. We
got 33 minutes. What was the? I mean,
you know,
the thing. When Savage is on, he should play. But last game just proved is when he can't make shots, it affects the rest of his game. Kinsey had a career high against him. He was 1 for 11, 0 for 6 from 3-point range. So he was a double negative. He was negative on the offense and the defensive end. Only 2 assists. Like, what does he provide? Why can't you play Banton and Bearden alongside each other? Somebody, instead of Savage, give him some breaks and say, "Here, it's not your day, son. Let's try somebody else."
I
mean, sometimes you just get cold.
I mean, I mean, evidently Smith was on 3 for 3. Woo!
Only 14 minutes.
I'm saying what you were saying, Ross. I mean, having Banton out there and Bearden at the same time, I really liked that lineup. I thought that was really effective when they had that going, but I mean, then he puts Savage in again, and it was just kind of, oh well.
So
here's the thing with that, Banton isn't exposed to the turnovers because he's not the primary ball handler. Because you look at the thing. What really killed us that game, what killed us against ODU, is turnovers. This game, 18 turnovers. I mean, that's how you blow 15, 21-point leads. You don't take care of the ball. You give quick, empty possessions, and when you turn the ball over or miss a long 3, you know what happens? That leads quick, instant offense. And for a team like Marshall, who can shoot the ball, it just kills you. I mean, it's just so frustrating how close we are. If we could just cut down 1 or 2 little things.
I mean, on average, we shot percentage-wise a lot better than they did. We were 48% and they were 43% field goals. 3-pointers, we were shooting 31. They shot 26.
It was just all timing. They shot volume in the first half and weren't really making them. And then in the second half, it was like, zoom, zoom, zoom.
I mean, they made their free throws. They had 10% better free throws than we did. So that's 13 points right there.
They outscored.
Those are easy points. Yeah. As my grandfather, who played basketball, says, you got to make the easy ones, and free throws are the easy ones.
Yeah, that's true.
But didn't Anderson miss 2, like, right when we were up, like, 4 or something towards the end of the game?
Yeah, we would have needed those.
Yeah, those would have been.
Here's my question for you guys. I have a question for you guys. I want to know what you thought about Stansberry's last play call for when we had the ball with about 5 seconds left, throwing that lob up to Bassie. Do y'all agree with that, disagree with that? What do you think?
I mean, Bassie's your best player. I mean, I guess when the clock is down to that point, you want to put the ball in his hands, but I don't know.
I thought it was terrible. That's just me. I mean, I think you need to try to give it to someone like Hollingsworth, give him a good look, or, I mean, even Bassie, but, I mean, just throwing the ball trying to catch him sleeping like that. I mean, D'Antoni's a lot smarter than that, and he's a lot harder to fool. I mean, he outcoached Stansberry, I totally thought, Saturday.
Okay, Ross, it sounds like I was going to say, Ross, it sounds like you're disagreeing. What do you think, buddy?
No, I mean, you don't leave it till the last second shot. You go try to get a quick shot, try to draw a foul. If you miss, you extend the game. Give Bassie, who's a good rebounder, at 8 rebounds. Give him a shot to get a putback or something like that. I mean, basically the way he did, they ran down the court, dribbled around, called that timeout, and then, you had the messed up play by him, and then you had Josh Anderson with an off-balance last-second shot. I think you should have sped that up, try to get a shot quickly. If you didn't get it, you give your team a chance. If not, you try to have more possession. I don't know.
I think
more possession, quick shot.
I think you're right, because my thing is, I feel like teams are figuring out our big weakness, and that's to handcuff Bassie, basically.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If we can't get consistent guard play out of somebody besides, like, we need more than Hollingsworth to just go score buckets. And I know Anderson, a lot of times can be explosive. I mean, he got 13 points in the last game, doing well. But when you don't have, like, consistently good production out of your point, whether that's actual points or whether that's things to lead to points, like good defense, assist, taking care of the ball, then we're not going to be able to win these close games. Now, this one shouldn't have been a close game. This is, and we'll get into this when we do our Q&A here in a little bit, but they've got to be able to close out. And, I mean, again, we've seen it all season, having consistent play at the point has been difficult. And I think part of it is, Bearden not starting from the beginning because of his own issues, and Stans maybe not having a clear vision of what he wants from that position or who he wants at that position.
And that's I don't know. I mean, of course, we've got some questions about the bench, and I don't think Stans is going to go for the bench. I think he just wants his guys out there and wants them to do it. I mean, that's kind of my thought.
I did like the question. How do you get the bench more involved? Stans has to play him. Like, legit.
That's the obvious question,
You guys read my article last week. I mean, I was harping on that, and this last game, there was things I like about his bench play. He gave, the 3 bench players he did play over 10 minutes. Right. Homer got 10, Toby Smith got 14, Bearden got 21. That's perfect for that. But still think Horton, they got to give people like Bassie a break. Throw Horton in there 5 to 8 minutes a game. When Nelson comes back, which I'm guessing will be this game, he's got to play some. You got to give these guys a break. You can tell, just especially in the second half of these last 2 games, we're just getting physically and mentally exhausted, and that's what the bench is for. Giving your guys breaks, mixing and matching, and also sending a lesson. Like, if you're not making shots or playing defense, Jared Savage, then you need to sit down. I'm sorry. I mean, he's got to trust his other people that he recruited. It's not like he's recruited a bunch of scrubs. I mean, Gambrell was a 3-star who's recruited by Baylor. I mean, there's some really quality, solid bench pieces. He's just got to trust them if they want to take off.
I agree. Now, here's my question for you all, because I missed this part. How long was Bassie out after he tweaked his knee or whatever?
The knee contusion?
Yeah, the knee contusion. Bumping knees with, which sounds really dirty. Gosh.
Bumping knees?
I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. When Bassie
bumping uglies.
That's
or
right,
what's right.
I think there was about like 6 or 7 minutes left until halftime when that happened, somewhere around there, and he didn't play until, like, he went to the locker room right after that, then it was halftime, and he came back to the second half.
Okay, so he sat the rest of that half. Because I was going to say, he only had 26 minutes, and he's usually 36, 38,
Yeah.
40 minutes basically. I would, the Beard and Banton combo is just, I don't know. I think it's going to be good. I think it's something to go to.
You got to be.
Well, yeah, you play the hot hand in that situation.
Correct.
If Banton's having his awesome game, like he did against Wisconsin, bam, sorry, Bearden, it's not your day. If Bearden is, Banton's turning the ball over and Bearden, like he did, 0 turnovers, playing within himself, not forcing shots, he kind of went 2 for 6. He was kind of a mixed bag, but definitely a lot better than he had been playing. You got to trust that. I mean, he's a senior leader, he's been through some battles, only player on this team that's been to the NCAA tournament. You got to trust them to play the hot hand, and you got to, when somebody's having a bad game, you got to sit them. That's just math.
Well, here's my thing. Who do you play if Savage has a bad night? Because obviously we didn't do it.
I say mix between Bearden or Omer.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Banton.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right there because
Omer, except for his amazing block, Omer scares me on defense.
I was going to say, Omer really didn't do anything either, though. That's the bad part.
He only played 10 minutes, but still, I mean...
But he had nothing.
Let somebody like Gambrill get a shot. I mean, he's still kind of getting adjusted a little bit, but he's not going to get adjusted if he never plays.
Agreed.
True.
Especially if he can get him some quality minutes.
Somebody like Omer is perfect. The 8 to 10 minutes a game, if he's hitting shots, he went 0 for 2, okay, it's not his night sitting.
Yeah.
But if he comes in, has that confidence, has that, basically I'm the fifth option type mentality, and can give you some solid minutes like he did against Wisconsin, great. So I just think, you experiment with your bench every game and you play the hot hand. It's not rocket science, Stans.
I think it is.
It's not. Yeah.
I mean, it...
I mean, it sucks. That's to put a bow on it. It sucks. I mean, when that game was over, I was just like, that's why I stayed off the group chat. I stayed off of Twitter for a full 24 hours almost. I was so mad.
That was one thing.
You missed a lot of self-loathing in the group chat, though.
I was going to say, in the Discord, there was a lot of self-loathing for a little bit, but Sunday was quiet.
Yeah, everybody was just like, I'm done.
Everybody's just
there was Discord in the Discord.
That's right.
Yes.
It's just sad.
It was that, and it was me.
That's right.
You debating Matt if Marshall arrived to yesterday. Which, in my opinion, it has, but at least for the now.
Yep.
Yeah.
We really don't know what you just said.
He was talking about the Marshall rivalry, and
Marshall, as far as I'm indifferent to Marshall. They come in and they steal the wins from us in basketball, but football, it's just.
Well, we've talked about it. Ross likes a good, recent fan base who cares, and all that other very admirable stuff. However, I need to hate.
Yeah.
I got hate and heart. Gotta let it out.
That's right.
I have for it to be.
Well, I mean, you can hate FIU too, but they don't. I mean, if it's a one-sided hate, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, FIU's one that's
argument.
just.
Well, I'm just saying, even Middle, they don't have. I've never seen Middle fans travel to Bowling Green like Marshall has. Not even. I haven't seen Middle fans travel like Southern Miss traveled to Bowling Green, and they're only an hour away. All
right, Jake, spank my hand. Yeah, you don't see Marshall fans. They just drive. They don't do anything else. Smack again. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. It's a low blow, and some of y'all might get it, and some of you won't. But anyway, so what's going to stop where is the, reaching into the mailbag here?
Yeah, so this is kind of a question. What's going to stop the end-of-game meltdowns? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it lack of going to the bench? What do we think... It stops the hemorrhage at some point.
And I mean,
if it does.
It's definitely immaturity for sure. That's been an issue just this entire year, is these young players. I mean, they're going to make freshman mistakes, and the freshman mistakes will probably come at very unopportune times, especially the end of ball games when you really need them to kind of step up. I mean, they're still kind of struggling to kind of figure out, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that, okay. It's more of a mental thing, too. I mean, I think immaturity and just the mentality is a lot of things. Because if they, had that, aggressiveness, was trying to get to the basket, trying to actually get a bunch of plays done, play aggressive defense, I feel like that would be a lot better at the end of all games, but they just seem to let their foot off the gas and just try to keep away from the other team just to try to kill the clock, which I don't think that's a very effective way to close out games.
You're coasting, exactly.
Yeah, it really is. And I just want to say, I'm going to shout out Brett gave us that off of Facebook, sort of. He asked several questions. Good job, Brett.
Yes,
to
appreciate it,
give us
buddy.
lots of fodder to talk about. But I kind of combined that because that
Yes.
seems to be a very common theme in the
Yes.
questions about the end of game meltdown. So
Yeah,
go, Brett.
it was a lot of frustration in the questions that some of these we got. Some of these are just simple questions and simple answers, and some of these are very elaborate, and there's no way we really could give you a straight answer.
Yeah, we're just gas bags. We'll just talk at it.
Yep.
It's
Yep. So just sit here and listen to us gas bags about it.
Yeah.
So, do we have another question?
We do
for
have
this?
another
Go
question.
for it.
So we have one from, I think it was Jack Watson,
Okay.
and on Twitter. Always
Yes.
comments on Twitter. Love you, Jack.
Yep.
He said, "How will the next 3 games go?"
Okay.
Which
so
is a
let me
good
pull up the next
which is a
3.
good transition into FIU.
Yes.
Finally getting a little bit of a homestand after playing 11 of 16 on the road, which is kind of insane.
Yes.
Um,
I don't think Texas Western does that. Oh wait, maybe they do. Yeah. That's for the old listeners.
Texas Southern, I think it is, not Western.
Is it
Texas Southern, yes.
You're gonna.
Texas Western's UTEP back
Yeah,
in the 60s.
yeah. Texas Southern is the one that we were looking at. Who
Okay.
played
okay.
like that.
Johnny Jones.
Sure.
Yeah, it's wild. But no, so the next 3 games we can kind of talk about FIU. I hate to say it, FIU's I'm gonna jinx us. I don't care. FIU's not very good. They have a decent win loss, like 11-6, but their wins have been a lot of blowouts against crap teams and barely surviving Charlotte the other week. They lost to ODU by 1 on the last second putback. All the advanced metrics like us like a lot.
Ooh.
The BPI's got us at like almost 92% win chance.
Yeah, and I mean they've almost got the lines up, which I would wish they would put the lines up so we could see them.
I
on
do
the
wish
lines.
betting lines came out earlier. I will say, here's the best thing that I can say about FIU is in the Miami Herald. I already told
Yes,
Devin, I got to
please
tell you
read
guys. So, Miami Herald, good paper. Excellent writing.
Almost as good as the College Heights Herald, but yeah.
Almost as good as College Heights Herald. Almost as good. But I went to go do a little research on FIU
Yes.
to talk and maybe to like work on the article tonight. So, the first line of this article after the Old Dominion game, that they're talking about their center. He's like a 6'7", 6'9" center. I will not try to pronounce his name. It is a Nigerian name that I'm just going to butcher because I'm a redneck. Yeah, I have no idea. But the line was, and you can go look it up. Just give it a little Google. It's worth a Google. The team calls him O, but it's his D that stands out.
Really, I just want to say the editor.
It's a thing.
Can I try to pronounce his name? I'm looking at it right now.
Go for it.
You
Give
go
it a
for
shot.
Osasamwin Osegwe.
It's better than I could have done. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm
Yes.
just going to assume that's right.
Yeah.
Just say it with confidence and just move on.
Yep, I'm good with that, but
To be fair, it is his D that stands out. He leads Conference USA in blocks per game.
yeah.
Take that, Bassy.
Yeah, come on, Bassy, you got to step it up, buddy. I mean,
That's my favorite thing about FIU. I'm not gonna lie. They don't shoot the ball incredibly well. I will say what they do appear to do really well is get points off turnovers and fast break points.
Yeah.
A lot of those blocks lead to fast break points. They score a lot of points per game. They're averaging 88.5, which is, again, they're very much in the vein of Marshall. Just outscoring the pants off of you is how they win games. But it's kind of inflated because if you look at their record, they kind of blew out some nobodies in the very beginning. I mean, people that don't... I mean, like, if you pull it up on Google, they don't even have, like, symbols next to their name because they're, like, FCS or... I guess that's football, but... I mean, yeah...
They're
But,
Division Two NAI.
yeah, NAI, like...
Weber International,
Right, like they went
Johnson and Wales.
They went 110, 117, 86, 98, 102, 104 against nobodies. Now, I will say...
Fordham is that's a D2, I'm pretty sure. Columbia.
No, Fordham's Division One.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And they lost them.
Yeah, Youngstown. Yeah, just good
Yeah, exactly.
gosh.
So, like, they're kind of like that. I don't want to take that, like, they score a bunch of points to win for
Well,
gospel. Yeah,
okay.
Arkansas scored 121 on them, by the way.
Good God.
I mean, they scored 89.
Yeah, they scored 89 points, but still,
That's a
121 points.
You look at the like opponents. You know, they lost badly to an Arkansas team we beat. They beat a Charlotte team we handled the entire game by 3, and they lost to ODU by 1.
I mean, in a very similar fashion to us.
I don't know if any of you.
they were at a league, so.
I don't know if either of you are Catholic, but they beat Ave Maria.
Isn't that a song?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, it is. It is the Latin version of the Hail Mary.
Oh.
I know that because of my job, but anyway.
There you go.
But yes.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Just by the way, Devin, just future topic at the end of this episode. Let's talk about the football schedule being released, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be a good... let's put that on next episode because that's... I think we got a little while to go before that. But yeah, I'm excited about football season because of the article I recently did with the wins and losses. The additions and subtractions, or whatever you want to call the article, is basically players were losing because of transfers or whatever.
And who's still hanging around.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, that Gonzalez guy is still not found. Nobody knows.
The only reason I went off on that tangent is because we play FAU like second game of the season. That's why I was thinking about that. We go back to basketball.
FAU.
Yeah.
Good old Kiffin.
FIU, sorry.
Oh, okay.
No, but FIU is another team that there's not necessarily a rivalry like you were talking about earlier, but I just kind of loathe them because, like, even in the Sun Belt, Western struggled against FIU.
Well,
Yeah, especially when they had Richard
Florida
Pitino as their
International.
coach in the last Sun Belt championship that we won.
Yes, sticky tables. Yes.
You
don't know the sticky tables?
I have no idea about sticky tables.
It's his dad.
Lost
It's
his Easter
dad.
egg, guys.
Yes, sticky tables is his dad in the Italian restaurants. That's what I'm joking about. Yes. Okay. Sorry. It's bad when you have...
It went over your head, boy. You missed it. It went right past you.
Yes, it just flew right past your face.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. But talking about, the next three games, FIU, we're doing pretty, it's like Jake said, the BPI is doing pretty good. FAU, the BPI is even better, 93%.
They're sneaky, though. They're sneaky.
Doesn't FAU have a good win or two on the season?
Sneaky.
I mean,
Yeah, they beat UCF.
UCF right after us. They've beaten Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean, Illinois. I mean, it's still a power conference. They beat UCF, who's another team we couldn't beat. I mean,
I think they beat UCF.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to poo-poo on Illinois. They're not terrible.
Yeah.
Ugh. Their name is...
Illinois.
Their mascot, the Fighting Illini or whatever.
Illini,
yeah.
What is that?
Well, I think it's...
It's
It's an Illinois person.
Yes.
It's an Indian. It's an Indian name.
See, my thing... it's just a dude with a T-shirt.
Yes.
Just like...
That's the mascot. He just got a big eye on his chest. He's the Illini.
Hiya.
In the way that Indiana is the Hoosiers, so is Illinois with the Illini. It's the same thing, pretty much.
We're the Kentuckians. How are you? Good.
I thought they were just Illinoisans.
Illinois.
Well, they have a little bit of an Indian nickname tied with them. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they have to de-emphasize it. So, just because of the political correctness movement, but. They I mean, if you look at their old logos, they have
Band.
a full headdress Indian, as their mascot.
I mean, they don't have a red-faced guy with an Indian feather, so like the
Right,
Cleveland
beating on a
Indians.
drum.
But and I mean, even talking about the Marshall game, the BPI is 78%. So that tells me that whoever's making that is no respect for Marshall, even though they just beat us.
But it's home road splits is the thing on all three of those opponents. They're saying that they're not going to play as well on the road, and we're going to play better at home, and that's what makes the difference between them. And that's why this stretch right here. I mean, we pretty much need to go 3-0 if we want to get our season back on track.
I agree.
Yeah, I think you do. Hope you enjoyed the clip from our latest episode. Subscribe for our weekly Red Out podcast, and always remember, go Tops.